And before I leave,
let me show you Tel Aviv.
Hey guys, Andy, Clara and Jess here, and it has not been much more than a month since Netta stormed to victory with Toy in Lisbon, and there has already been a load of controversy over where next year's contest is going to be held. Is it going to be Jerusalem? Is it going to be Tel Aviv? Well, in the past few days, the Haaretz newspaper, I believe, has reported that apparently it's going to be Tel Aviv, but who knows? We're hearing lots of conflicting views, but apparently this minister in the government has said that it will be in Tel Aviv and that Jerusalem hasn't even put in a bid. Girls, what do you think? Clara?
My first thought is I really want to know where it is going to be held, because we need to buy our plane tickets. But then I think we also should take into consideration the capacity of the arenas in each city. I don't know. What do you think about it? Does it really matter how big the arenas are? How many people can they fit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want an arena that's going to be tiny. But then I guess the question is, how small is too small? Because for me, I felt that the arena in Lisbon seemed smaller compared to other arenas like Globen, for example. And so maybe smaller could be better.
The good things about the smaller arenas is that for the audience is closer to the artist, so they can actually see everything that's going on stage. Whereas when you are in a bigger arena, most of the audience are just staring at the screens and they don't get that connection with the artist. Yeah. But at the same time, we have to remember that Eurovision is a televised show. It's meant for television. So therefore, my question, to rephrase your question, how small is too small?
But we don't even know the city yet, and I think this is the problem. We came out of Eurovision, all this controversy straight away. We want to hold it in Jerusalem, and I have to say that if Israel wants to hold it in Jerusalem, it's their contest. They've won the right to host the contest, and who is everyone else to tell them where they can host it? You know, if the UK had won, we would host it in a city of our choosing. But the potential decision around Jerusalem was quite controversial, and countries like Iceland calling for a boycott. Then we hear it will be in Jerusalem or nowhere, and I think we heard that from one minister in the government. Then we've hear that there's going to be this tender and these 4 cities are putting their names forward. Now we're being told that there's not cities putting their name forward, they haven't got venues. It just seems like a lot of information coming from all different directions, and really we've only had a couple of statements from the EBU, one with them telling us not to book anything until there's a formal announcement, and then we heard that they have been in discussion with KAN, who I think are the broadcaster. But how do you think all these conflicting stories are going to have an impact, or are they taking something away now from Israel's right? They won fair and square. You know, it's their contest to host.
But I think in this Eurovision edition, there's going to be a lot of eyes. Unfortunately, very political views are going to be surrounding the contest. So I don't know how good idea it would be to host it in Jerusalem. I personally would prefer if it's not, but that's because of my own personal political views. But I think it would be great if it could be hosted in Tel Aviv, because it's friendly, it's a really open city, and I really would like to see everything that goes in Tel Aviv, because I've heard so much. There's even a song in Eurovision about Tel Aviv, and I don't know, it would be a destination I would be looking forward to going to. But yeah, Israel, we need a confirmation quite soon. There's so many rumors.
Yeah, and I guess, Jess, it doesn't help that there seems to be different people in the Israeli government that are giving kind of conflicting stories as well.
I mean, it's kind of frustrating as well for people like us that would obviously be looking to go out to Israel next year. And to me, it seems like there's a lot of confusion among various different kind of organizations, newspapers, government within Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it seems like they all want it to be hosted in a certain city. So they'll say it's in this city, it's in that city.
Mm-hmm.
And then the EBU steps in, and it's just a big confusion, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, once and for all, the EBU and the Israeli government and broadcaster need to sit down and just, say it's going to be in this country, in this city, on these dates, final, end of. There needs to be like an ultimatum, I think.
I mean, it's fantastic that we with kind of all the comments being made by different countries and talk about boycott. We've had confirmation it will be in Israel. It should be in Israel. They won the right to host, just like any other winning country. If they were able to host it, then they would be given that first opportunity to host. So I'm very happy that Israel will be hosting the contest after that short period of uncertainty and lots of people saying different things.
Going back to what Clara said, I think a city like Tel Aviv would be perfect. I've never been myself, but I've heard it's a very kind of party city. And I think with Jerusalem, it seems like a more reserved, more conservative, more religious city. And as we all know, Eurovision is not religious at all. So
or political.
So I feel like the contest would be better suited to a place like Tel Aviv rather than Jerusalem. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and also Jerusalem's hosted twice before. Personally, I would love to go to Tel Aviv, but that's just because it's a city that I've always wanted to go to. So it's a personal preference that has nothing to do with politics. It's just somewhere that I've always wanted to go. But if the contest was held in Jerusalem, if they would be able to host it, because I'm not sure on venues in Jerusalem whether they have the right venue. I think that the Israelis will put on a great show, and I think you will still get that party vibe in the show itself. But yeah, Tel Aviv is well known for being a party city, and I would love to go and experience that.
Me too.
Eurovoxx is going to be in Israel to party. But guys, that is what we think. What do we know? Don't forget to let us know what you think down in the comments. Is it going to be in Tel Aviv? This kind of announcement by the ministers, do you think it's a done deal? Do you think these other cities will have the opportunity to put their names forward with proper tenders and proper bids? Where would you like to go next year? But no political comments, guys. We're not into politics at Eurovoxx, so keep it clean, keep it friendly. But otherwise, don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, until next time, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.